Leviathan. I tell you.
Came out around about the
pretty
same
cool.
time. Right around the same time, Deep Star 6 came out back in the late 80s. And
It's directed by the guy that directed First Blood and First Blood Part 2 and Cobra, it says back here.
a lot of people thought this was like a knockoff or a ripoff of Deep Star 6. Now, I thought this was actually better than Deep Star 6. Deep Star 6 was pretty good. You don't really get to see the monster in it until almost like the last 5 minutes of the movie. And the monster in Deep Star 6 looked kind of cheesy. This, however, I liked way better than Deep Star 6. I thought the monster looked cooler. It's a better storyline, better acting. The creature in it is a lot creepier.
Special effects by Stan Winston, too.
Yeah, Stan Winston did the special effects in it.
Makeup expert from Mass, too, says there. But, yeah.
I always really liked Leviathan. I have that one myself.
Hey, the man from Cobra done it. I mean, the man that like the Stallone in Cobra.
Yeah.
You go ahead with the next one. I got 3 left.
Okay. Back in the day, I used to have the biggest crush on Christy Swanson. After I saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that pretty much did me in right there. Well, I'd never even heard of this movie. I've never even seen this movie. And looking at the back of it, I was really intrigued. It doesn't have a rating on it, as far as like rated R, rated PG-13, or even unrated. See if you can zoom in on this, Scott. It has a rating called VM, which stands for very mature.
One second, I can, but give me just a second.
As you know, these last few that we keep going to get sleazier and sleazier with Eddie. The ones he's hitting.
Very mature.
We're going to show some moves, more moves, and wait till the last one.
Yeah, wait till you see what I got for you next. But upon watching this, it's really nothing. I don't even know why they couldn't have put just rated R on the back. It's nothing more than what you would see in like Revenge of the Nerds or.
Did you watch it yet? Since you bought it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. You really don't see a whole lot in it, as far as nudity or anything. You see more in Porky's than you do in this. So I don't know why they just couldn't put a rated R on the back.
They had to entice you to buy it.
Exactly.
They had to say,
Yeah, and
Christy Swanson is going to be naked.
That's what I was. Honestly, that's what I was hoping for. Christy Swanson was going to get nude in it, but sad to say she doesn't.
And you shouldn't have watched that because it says very mature. But anyway, the Eliminators. Eddie picked this one out, Playhouse Video. He said these were kind of probably rare to get, and I've never seen this one, so I'll leave it to Eddie on this one. He's seen it.
I went when I was about 9 or 10 years old. I went to the movies to see this in the theater when I was a kid, and I just absolutely love this movie. I have this one myself, and I actually found this movie for my friend Chris, and he loves it too. So in the movie, it's kind of like think of it as kind of like a futuristic A-Team, if you will. You've got the Mandroid, who's half man, half cyborg. You have the ninja guy. You have the mercenary for hire guy, and you have the scientist, like really smart scientist girl, and they all team up to overthrow the dude that created him. Turns out he's a bad guy, and they all have to fight him in the end. So it's really good. If you like classic cheesy sci-fi action.
He's like a damn tank on the front rolling over
Yeah,
there.
he can either ride on that, or he can use his own 2 bionic cyborg legs, or he can use this as like a mode of transportation to get around in. It's pretty cool. I really liked it. When you're 10 years old and you see this, it was just the coolest thing in the world. And I love that movie.
Just like the A-Team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like the A-Team. And here's the last boob one for him.
The last movie on my list here is I saw these in a video store when I was a teenager growing up, and they always kind of intrigued me. And of course, I was never allowed to rent them growing up. But I seen this, just like $2. Why not get it? Check it out. Women's Penitentiary Part 5. And I've actually watched this one too.
Well, give me a second. Okay.
It's,
you done watched it too, huh?
Yeah. It's okay. It's really not what you're thinking. It does have some nudity in it, but it's not what you're anywhere near probably what you're thinking. It's actually a pretty good movie, believe it or not. It's not just a sleazy exploitation film with just to throw a bunch of naked chicks in it, but it really isn't. It's actually, it really does have a good solid storyline and a good solid plot, and a lot of some good action in it. And
Is one of the plots about who dropped the soap?
that's a whole other movie. But yeah, Women's Penitentiary 5. I finally got to sit down and finally got to see one of these movies. Now if I can just find 1 through 4. I think there were like 9 or 10 of these
Yeah,
done.
there's a bunch
There
of
was maybe even more than that, maybe 11 or
Kind of
12.
like in witchcraft movies.
The later, it's like there were
bunch of
like the
them.
witchcraft
Witchcraft,
movies.
yeah.
There were pretty much softcore porn
Yeah.
horror movies.
That's what I
But there
thought
were
they'd be.
13 of those made now. I do know how many
Good
of there.
Lord.
There were a total of 13 of those in this series.
The next one by Key Video. Now this is one that stuck out. This is The Park Is Mine with Tommy Lee Jones in it. This one's in like 1985.
Hold it back a little bit
Hold
like
it
that.
back a
Let me-
little bit.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
Right there.
Hold on one second. It's just getting glare because.
Yeah, it's
there we
got
go. Got
the
it,
plastic still over it. It is one vet you cannot ignore. It says, my dad recorded this on HBO years ago on a tape, man, and I watched it over and over. And basically, it takes place in New York City. Of course, he's even got the Yankee hat on in the cover of it. It's more like a painting cover to it. And he just goes off, and the title explains it. The park is mine. He goes nuts.
Takes over Central Park.
Takes over Central Park, and
When he says the park is mine, damn it, he means
it's
it.
mine. So and I seen this one. If I didn't get nothing else, this was one that I keep looking up online, and I see it for $20 and $30 too. So to get it for $2 is great.
Central Park is fucking mine.
And you don't got no more, and this one I'll go ahead and put in my sleeve here that I wanted to take care of.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, this was great to find this for $2.
And if I'll be honest with you, if I had seen this first, I would have grabbed this.
Savage Streets with Linda Blair for $2.
I know how bad he wanted it, so I was like,
Yeah, and this was on the same rack with The Park Is Mine, and I went over it 3 times before I actually finally came back and seen it again. So, and Scott just told us that she actually gets nude in this movie. I've never seen it, but I see a lot of people on YouTube showing it off, beta tapes, VHS tapes, and the DVD is really like $60, $70 now to get this. So, to get it for $2 was a good deal.
Linda Blair was such a hottie back in the 80s. And she's, even to this day, she still is a very, very good looking woman.
Yeah, she cut all her hair off, but she's kind of creepy too in a way, but one of them creepy goods.
I kind of like that, though. I kind of like that in a woman, though. I like a little creepiness.
Well, that's it from Scott Slasher World and Cyber Ray 1976 here, and
Yeah,
Movie
special-
John
With
75,
special guest appearance with...
Kevin Smith.
I could fit on this one now.
You can fit on this one
This
here.
bed I could fit.
And Eddie, since it's on your channel, you go ahead and send it out, whatever you need to say.
Well, pretty much, I hope you enjoyed our video. We had a lot of fun making it. We had a lot of fun tracking these down and getting them. And as always, it's always a joy to make a new video for you guys out there to watch. And hopefully we'll be making a lot more here in the near future. I'm going to try to get my page up and running with a lot more stuff and a lot more videos to come. So just stay tuned and peace out.